Hi, third grade. Last week we were talking about inventions, and I got some really wonderful inventions that people were thinking up. One invention that everyone loves to think about, it's the subject of movies and it's the subject of TV shows, is to have a robot. And robots are often associated with going into outer space, and so very often they're all seen as something we would have in the future, especially robots that would imitate people or look like people, have head, arms, legs. So we're going to draw a simple robot, and from there, I want you to use your imagination to make your own robot for the purposes that you would like. Now, first of all, what you need is a white piece of paper, and we're going to hold it in the long way, the portrait style, so that we have a picture of a robot here. And then we can add in the background some scene that it's in. Now, first of all, when we're doing a robot, basically we're thinking about a rectangle and a square shape, so that we have places to put like a robot face and the dials, and then we're thinking about a neck that would move, or arms that would move, legs that would move. So I'm going to give you a basic outline, but you can think about how you want these things together. So in the middle of the paper, we want to put a rectangle, and this is going to be the body of our robot. Now, we want a rectangle in the middle here, because we want to leave room for legs. We want to leave room for arms. If I was using a ruler, basically we're looking at a 3.5 rectangle. Certainly no more than 4, because we need places for the legs. Okay, so we're putting a rectangle here in the middle. Okay, then we would put 2 lines here and a cross in the middle to make a neck, and then resting on top of the neck would be a square. That would be our robot head. Okay, so we kind of have an idea of where we're going with this. Let's put the face on. I always like to put the face on things, and I can see where I'm going. So my robot is going to have round eyes with bolts or something inside. It's going to have a rectangular piece that I'm going to draw to make it look like teeth. And then I'm going to have piece on the side to look like ears. Then I'm going to have some little joogie higgy at the top. That's going to get some sort of signal from my robot. Okay. Now I'll come back to the neck later, because there's something I want to add to the neck. Now, then I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to add a piece here at the bottom, because this I'm going to do as a circuit board, but I need a piece here to attach my legs. So I'm going to go straight down, cross, and attach a sort of a boot-like piece. I'm going to go straight down like this, cross, like a parentheses here, make them look like boots. We'll add some more details in a minute. This will make more sense. Then I'm going to take another short line here, curve the top to make it look like a shoulder. Do the same on the other side. Curve, curve. And here I'm going to make a C C, and make it almost like a claw. Another C here, and a C here, so it could pinch shut. Make a D, make a D, curve it out, like a claw. Now, this is just a general idea of a robot. You have to think about how these parts would come together, and metal parts, and try to get across the idea of gears. And you have to try to get across the idea that this could be what we call articulated, that it could move. So let me go back and go over with my Sharpie marker and kind of bring you up to speed on different things that we want to do. Okay, in the middle of the paper, we started out with a rectangle to make the body. Okay, rectangle to make the body. Then we put 2 lines up here for the neck, and we went over top of it with a square. We decided that we wanted to go with a circle in circle, idea for eyes, and a long rectangle to make it look like there's a mouth with teeth, and some sort of bolt thing here for ears. I also like to put something on top that makes it look like it's receiving signals to work. Okay, then we put a piece down here and attached 2 long lines to make it look like we had some sort of a shoe. 2 long lines to attach something that looked like a shoe or boot. Curved line here, curved line there, to make it like we had a piece here to which we could attach big C, little c, some sort of claw of our robot to pick up things. Now that we have the basic robot shape, this is where it gets super fun. We want to add lines here to give the impression that the head is flexible, that it's got a series of bands and it could flex. We want to do the same here, all the way down the arms, so that again it looks like it could be flexible, like it's some sort of tubing that would be flexible. So we just go all the way down the arms here, so it looks like it could move. Same way with the legs. You have to add these lines equal sized apart so that it looks like there's some sort of flexibility. That's what makes it look like the robot. You also want your lines to line up on both legs so that it looks like, you know, obviously it was built, man-made, it would be built together. So you can do a variety of things with the shoes. You might want to make it look like it could move in some way. So you could do a series of like roller skate wheels to make it look like, you know, it could move. Or you might want to make it look like, you know, it could blast off in some way, so you can decorate them accordingly. Now, you will also need to have this whole thing be a series of gears, and that's where it gets very fun. You can have another rectangle here that has lights and switches, so it looks like some sort of control panel. It looks very fun. You could have a window here with some sort of a gauge. Gauges would be like a half circle, maybe with an arrow on it pointing to something, or a lever. Maybe you want another series of lights or controls here. Maybe you want a gear, some sort of gears that go here. Or wheels. So there's lots of things that you can do inside. You just want it to look very, very mechanical. Okay, when you have this all figured out the way you want it, adding little bits and pieces here and there, you want to go over it with the Sharpie, erase any pencil lines, because again, if you've got pencil lines, it's not nice and neat. You can add any kind of bolts or screws that you want to your robot. Now, you can decide what kind of background you want for your robot, but if you want it to be outer space, chances are you'll just put him, you know, standing on a planet with the craters, maybe the moon, craters. Maybe you want in the background some other planets, circle, and then maybe you want to put the rings here. Okay, that looks very convincing. Maybe you want some other little spaceship that's driving away. Who knows, you could even have like a little alien creature in it driving away in their spaceship. Okay. Okay, so in no time you have what looks like a really cool robot that could do interesting things, or could be on a planet, or could fly, or any number of things. The important thing is to try to get some shapes going and think about how you would put your robot together. Make him the subject of your picture. Now, robots, you tend to think of things as metallic. It just so happens that I have some metallic crayons here, and I have silver. So I think I would have a tendency to go with silver, but you know, you want to show some detail, because if these are lights or any kind of gears, chances are they're going to be a variety of other colors besides just silver. So I'm going to use a metallic silver. I have some metallic blues that I can use. I've got some copper, but also you can, you know, bring in other colors with your planets and things, because what you want to do is you want to have a variety here. If you just decide that your robot is all silver, it won't be nearly as interesting. So think of some areas as blinking lights or some other colors. Metals can be a lot of different colors. So I'm going to start coloring. I'll show it to you at the end, and you can see how we can create a really great robot and use a variety of colors to be able to pull it all together. Okay, so we'll watch later on at the end. Okay, in no time, you have a really terrific robot. Okay, here's your robot. All right, have fun. Enjoy.